Welcome to Top Rope Reality. The wrestling world, as you can see, is off its axis.
We are sideways here.
We're trying to get it fixed, folks.
We are trying to get it fixed.
I think we need to go this way. Come on now. We'll be right back to the start of the show. We get this fixed. You'll never believe it. We'll talk about that. And if you push me this way.
Push.
Good
Push. Dirty knees. But same thing.
That's true. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Top Rope Reality. We set the axis back straight. I don't know how long it's going to stay, but we set it back straight right here at Top Rope Reality because of the big, what happened, you called it,
I did
at
tell.
Elimination Chamber.
It was
that
cheap.
was worth $9.99
and free for everybody that
yes.
was new. And free again this month.
Yes.
Are they going to do like Netflix and have a 30-day free trial every time someone's new? Why not? It works for Netflix.
Before we get to our other news, we're going to talk about John Cena losing cleanly
No
to this man,
interference.
Kevin Owens, right here.
Yes.
Losing.
No interference. No screw finish. No feet on the ropes. No low blow.
Pop-up powerbomb 1, 2, and 3.
We won't say pop-up powerbomb straight into the back because it's pop-up powerbomb every time to the elbows.
Yes. For somebody who's a 12-year-plus professional, get off the elbows, John.
Get off the elbows.
Flat back it. Flat back it. But I'm going to say right here, John Cena earned my respect.
Yes, he got some respect out of us here at Top Rope Reality.
For somebody who always is talked about not giving a hand to the up-and-comers, he definitely did it at Elimination Chamber.
He did it this time. That's very true.
Yes. Now, if he turns around and destroys Kevin at Money in the Bank, then
It'll
all
all be for
this
nothing.
is for nothing. You're right.
All for nothing. Even Jim Ross said he has to win again at Money in the Bank. Now, if he cheats this time, I'm okay with that. He's a heel.
Yes.
But
He needs that, yeah, because I'm starting to get little cheers. He's starting to get cheers, so he needs to,
I'm okay with him cheating at Money in the Bank,
I'm
but
all
the
for a cheat at Money in the
clean
Bank.
win.
That way, and
Elimination Chamber is
have
the
it,
best way to do
and
it.
have another one battleground.
Yeah.
Let there be a little 4 pay-per-view.
Nothing wrong, especially with the 2-week thing going right now.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, and it helps the people that are writing because you
I
can't
know,
do
'cause
long term.
I know. Yeah,
Because if we do long term, then they face each other every week on Raw, every week on SmackDown, and every pay-per-view. No, it doesn't work that way. It's called use jobbers.
And that's right, because you got a bunch of jobbers. But if it helps the product and it makes it look better, I'm okay with it.
Yes. And it's not like you're really clogging up the airways of pay-per-view because it's on the network.
That's right.
It's on your own thing, so if it doesn't work, guess what? It's not a loss for the pay-per-views, it's a loss for you.
That's it.
So, I'm fine with it. Gives me something to watch. Gives me something to talk about on here.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about.
You're right about that.
Gives us
And
something every 2 weeks.
Something to talk about on here is what happened on Stone Cold's podcast that rocked the wrestling world.
It did rock the wrestling world, and I just have to say, I think that was planned.
Oh, wait. If it's planned or not, it worked.
I think that was the whole point of the podcast, was to
Just to
put
throw
in some
some teas out
fillers.
there. Just throw that little fluid out there.
Throw out the feelers, get the teasers going, and see what the people got to say. Because Stone Cold went from, I'm going to ask you questions, into, I'm going to cut a promo on you, and you better leave before I knock you out.
Yes.
I'm
And
like,
if
well,
you
that
didn't see it,
changed.
I don't know why you didn't see it. Because with Paul Heyman and Stone Cold around,
You can't go wrong with that.
it's can't miss TV.
It is. Can't miss network.
Cannot miss the network.
That's right.
But yeah, they teased a match between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32.
Could it happen?
It could happen.
And I do want to see it. If Stone Cold's in the right shape and they don't just have Brock destroy him, which I know Stone Cold won't sign on the dotted line if it's just the King of the Ring fiasco that they had
Right.
before.
Now, I believe if Stone Cold stepped in between those ropes for a match, he would win. Brock would take the loss.
Most likely. Especially in
Because
Texas.
Brock doesn't need it.
He
And
already
there
beat
you
Undertaker.
go.
He doesn't need Stone Cold.
If you have that match, that match is signed before 2016.
Yes.
As soon as tickets go on sale, a couple of weeks later, you sign that match,
Boom.
you've done sold 50,000 seats
Yep.
for one match.
Yep.
Not knowing anything else. Could it be a Shield triple threat? Which would be good.
It would be good.
and Undertaker's last match. Sting could be on there again.
Yep.
There's so many possibilities, but it's going to be huge. They're going to put The Rock, and Rock's going to be on there. So
Possibly Ronda Rousey, at least at ringside.
at least, yeah.
And then, of course, some TNA news. Will Austin Aries join the WWE when his TNA deal expires, which is said to be at the end of June?
Yeah, right after that pay-per-view.
Or could he be going back to Ring of Honor after he's seen AJ Styles, after he's seen The Addiction and the Young Bucks even, because they came from TNA at one point. All of these people having great success. But Ring of Honor, I think if you're Ring of Honor right now, anybody in Ring of Honor can see, let's be smart here. Like people from TNA that used to be in Ring of Honor, because there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Definitely.
those people in TNA need to see, you know what? I need to be smart. I have a lot of options. Because you could do the whole Ring of Honor New Japan deal, because a lot of people are doubling up.
Yep.
And then even, Global Forces working with New Japan as well.
Yep.
And then, of course, if you look at the track record, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Tommy, and now Samoa Joe. If you have been through Ring of Honor,
Yes.
there's guarantee they've looked at you.
Oh, yes.
Guarantee they have seen you. They've even probably seen the guy who's going to be this week on Destination America's Ring of Honor on TV.
Yes.
They probably looked at Cheeseburger.
They probably have looked at Cheeseburger.
And they probably said, wow, that makes me want to shove a cheeseburger down his throat. Because he is anorexic.
Well, since you brought up Samoa Joe,
Samoa Joe.
we'll talk about Cheeseburger in a few minutes.
Yes, we will.
Samoa Joe, they have pretty much wired him in. Said, oh, come on in now. You're going to sign a full-time deal.
Full-time deal. You know that means that they padded that contract looking nice.
But that will not start until September. He still gets to run his dates.
He gets to finish his day. Kind of like working a 2-week notice at a job. Ain't
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
But they do not want him to be on TV for Ring of Honor.
Right. Because
They don't mind him doing the match, but they don't want him on TV.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be AJ
And Joe.
and Joe versus Daniels and Kazarian.
Right.
And it was supposed to be filmed for TV.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, oh, well, we realize we have a hot commodity here. Because they probably didn't realize, at first with the whole part-time deal, how well he was going to get over. Once they realized them shirts went on sale like they did, they probably said, we'd be stupid to let him go on TV for another product, especially that comes on right before TNA.
Yes.
So it would be smart to go ahead and get him on a full deal and just say, hey, those people at those live events, they get to see that tag match, and that's it.
Yes, and another thing with Samoa Joe, he wrestled Tyson Kidd this past week on
Yes,
Superstars,
already
and
injuring
Tyson
people.
Kidd got injured. No, they're not blaming Joe. It said it was just a freak accident. It could have happened to anybody.
Could happen to
Anything.
anybody.
It's
It's
the way it's more-
non-televised, even though they kept saying it was Superstars. The
Yes.
picture had Superstars logo on there, but I've been to live events like that for Raw and stuff, and they'll keep Superstars up there even during the dark match. I
Yeah.
don't think they would have had Joe's first match on Superstars.
No,
That's stupid.
I just tested.
It was a dark match just to see him work out in the ring in front of all of the brass of WWE.
Well, if they put Joe on Superstars, then Superstars ratings, it just went up on the network.
Exactly.
So, because I don't ever watch, because who cares?
I don't watch it either. But him and Tyson
But
Kidd
they
would be a
are
good
saying a
match.
spine injury and come out for a few months. So where does that leave Cesaro?
Exactly.
Do you think Cesaro now we put into the Money in the Bank ladder match?
That'd be interesting because I saw where there was 7, and that was final.
Final? Did they say final in 7?
When I read it for SmackDown,
I hope that's
when they
not- that don't
added,
make any
which I don't
sense.
know if it's
Kane.
on here, when they added Kane,
yes.
and he's like, I'm the final person, and it was 7. Like,
That's
why?
Why? That don't make any sense.
It's just like WrestleMania.
Yes.
You have 3. You have to have 3 over here, 2 and 2. It's like, why?
Yeah.
You need even amount of people to fight each other.
Yeah. Because, hey, y'all all fighting each other. I'm by myself, always fighting me. Guess where I'm climbing? I'm climbing around a briefcase.
Right. But I honestly think instead of Tyson Kidd, okay, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro are a tag team. If there's a new tag team coming in, that's fine. Have them in a tag team match. Samoa Joe should have fought someone of the caliber of, a Zack Ryder and R-Truth, one of these jobber type guys,
Yeah.
a Stardust or something. I don't think he should have been in there with a Tyson Kidd. Now, I know Tyson Kidd could have gone. Him and Tyson Kidd could have had a good match. And that's probably why they put them two together.
Yeah.
But that now jeopardizes a huge tag team. So that's not good. And I know they said he was visibly upset when he was leaving the ring. But it was weird what I read that Natalya ran from the ringside, went backstage, Cesaro ran into the ring, and the ref did the X sign. Why did Natalya run away?
I don't know.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Like, They're watching the monitors, so obviously the X sign's enough. Why she got to run back there? Did it scare her that bad she had to run away from it?
Could be.
Weird.
It is weird.
Very strange. But on from that, Global Force news.
A little bit of Global Force.
A little bit. Amber Gallows. Amber O'Neil, who is married to Bullet Club member Doc Gallows, has been added to the Global Force Wrestling Grand Slam Tour, as well as Tyrus, of course, was taken off of the Grand Slam Tour because of commitments to TNA, even though it's not televised, so it's kind of shady. And they've added Kevin Matthews as Moose's opponent for night 1, and night 2 will be Konga Kong. If you haven't seen Konga Kong, look him up.
Yeah,
Google him.
I got a feeling that's
Moose. Big boy.
Moose.
Exactly.
Will pick up the victory.
I do like, if you watch Destination America, which we're about to get to that in a second.
Yep.
If you watched Ring of Honor, Moose was on the first day. He was actually, he fought Steve Corino, which I call him King Corino. King Corino's son,
Yes.
Colby Corino, and that boy is tatted. Okay, he don't look nothing like his daddy.
He does not.
Woo! Okay, so he fought him. I love the spear. I love how he flips through the spear.
Yeah.
Did you notice though, of course you didn't watch it, I did, I watched part of it. If you go back and watch any of the highlights, if they show it, Lashley was on TNA right after Ring of Honor, and when he did his spear, he flipped through it. I've never seen a man flip through it before in my life.
Well, you mean he did something new? Lashley did something new?
Lashley, when he did the spear, he flipped through it like Moose did. I'm like...
So I guess they're going to start copying Ring of Honor so they can copy WWE?
When he was in WWE, he never flipped through the spear.
Oh, and as long as I remember in TNA, he's never flipped through the spear.
Never flipped through the spear. Kind of strange.
Well, Destination America and Ring of Honor officials have talked, and they are looking at doing some specials on Destination America.
They're saying like 1 or 2 a year. That's not a lot. I think you should do 4. 1 for every quarter.
Yeah.
It's 4 quarters, right?
Yes.
4 quarters in a year. So 4 live specials.
4 live specials. Hey, we get 2 live specials. It's better than nothing.
Right.
And I got a funny feeling they get a live special. Who can have a live special same night? Who could that be?
Exactly. But I'm just saying this whole Ring of Honor thing. They're saying that they want Ring of Honor to have better production value. I understand, like, if you watched it, you could have seen that they were advertising May dates. It was already June.
Yes.
Bad idea. But it was because that stuff aired on a Saturday or Sunday for the Sinclair Broadcasting. But it's not that hard to go back and edit. So that is something they need to address.
I believe they'll work out the kinks.
But talking about...
And I believe they'll mention, because I don't think I heard them all welcoming us to Destination America.
Nope.
So, see, they got to work that out, throw that in there.
Yeah, they've got to dub over the commentary with new commentary. Yes, it's not first run, but they need to have separate commentary for both events.
They do.
Because you're helping 2 different products. You're doing Sinclair here, and you're doing Destination America here. But talking about upping the production value, I don't want them to do the whole, we got to get in bigger places and do pyro, or we got to do a big stage like TNA or WWE. It needs to be an alternative. I don't want it to look like TNA. I don't want them to up the production so much that it looks like TNA Light.
No.
Because it's a bad idea.
No, I mean, all I'm looking for is just mentioning that you're here on the channel, and that's one thing they never did.
Right.
And also, I guess you need to mention TNA is coming up next.
They do. I mean, I could understand, them being, going into the show. I do believe that they need to, either TNA needs to have a little spot, a little 5 minutes before the show, kind of like Raw used to do before, like La Femme and all that.
Last commercial break of Ring of Honor.
Right. They need to have, Josh Matthews say, hey, in the next 5 minutes, TNA Impact starts live right here on Destination America, and you'll see in the first 5 minutes, and they'll say what's coming up. You got to hook the people. And Kevin Kelly and King Carino, they can say, hey, coming up next is... You know how the talk show people, the late night talk show people, they say stay tuned for, and it was, Jay Leno used to say stay tuned for Conan, and Jimmy Fallon does the same thing for Seth Meyers. So that's what Ring of Honor needs to do for TNA. It shows that they're working together.
It is true.
And they need to work together.
The funny thing about it, we wanted to have the ratings to see what happened, but the ratings haven't come out yet. We haven't found them.
I found something on there.
You found something on there?
I did. I didn't write anything down, but...
Well, we'll have to look and see. It
was interesting because if you look at it, they said that TNA's rating was down, but it was higher than Ring of Honor's rating. But you got to look at it though. It wasn't as much as they've been doing, because they went from Friday to Wednesday.
Right.
So they said that this was the lowest rated show that they had done since that Slammiversary or whatever replay they did. Okay, here's the thing. You're looking at 2 hours for TNA compared to 1 hour for Ring of Honor. So you got to figure out how to kind of balance that out. On top of that, it was like 100 and something thousand people for Ring of Honor's first feud. Now their combined ratings for the replays and everything, TNA still had more rating. It still had more people, but you're also looking at 2 hours compared to 1 hour.
Right.
So you need to look at 1 hour Ring of Honor versus the first hour of TNA. That's, in my opinion, the tall tale sign.
Yeah, because if it stays
Because you can't combine 2 hours and compare it to one.
If it stays equal, then that means people stayed.
Right.
If it drops off, that means they hightailed it.
But yeah, I haven't seen like hour for hour, minute for minute, nothing like that.
No, they're not going to do that unless it's to the good.
Right.
If it's to the bad, then you...
But I did see a small thing about it, and it looked like TNA's rating was bigger, but at the same time, you're looking at 2 hours compared to one.
Averaging out 2 hours, yeah.
So you need to average out each hour to see the 3 hours how well it did. That's how you do that.
Well, this hour coming up on Wednesday. This coming up Wednesday for Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor TV.
2 tag team title matches on there.
Huge. Yes, this was filmed. You know, because we were pushing this big. That we were filming. They were filming this with the New Japan versus Ring of Honor shows.
Right.
You know, the two shows they did. One in Philly and one in Canada, or was it 2 in Philly and 2 in Canada?
Yeah, it was 2 in Canada and 2 in Philly. Yes.
So out of 4 shows, they probably got 4 weeks out of this whole thing. So hey, that's a good thing. Because you get right when they get on Destination America, you got a mixture. You got Japan people on there right off the bat. That's pretty cool.
But we'll have the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the Addiction, taking on your favorite team, the Red Dragon. Or Redragon.
I mean, just saying, if you read it that way, I mean, whatever. You have the IWGP Tag Team Champions, the Kingdom, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Taking on Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. That'll be a good one.
That'll be a good one. Probably start with the one tag match and end with the other one.
That's the way it needs to be,
yes. You also get Jushin Thunder Liger taking on Dalton Castle.
I wonder who's winning that one.
I know. And you're in the next match, your boy.
Not the main event.
Not the main event.
Better not be.
It should be probably the second match, if not the first.
It's going to be Brutal Bob Evans taking on Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. What
that
a
is
name.
Ratings. That is a ratings monster right there.
What a name, ladies and gentlemen.
Look out, Cheeseburger. TNA's coming after you.
That's true. Call you a double cheeseburger.
Now let's go over a little bit quickly of the Elimination Chamber results. We talked about John Cena losing cleanly to Kevin Owens, which was great.
It was
great. Like I said, I picked John Cena because 12 years of winning at all cost. I thought I had the percentage in my favor.
He went the WWE route.
You were right, and I like I said, I would be happy, and I am ecstatic to lose that one.
Yes. And then the WWE World Heavyweight title, there was a little bit of controversy.
It was.
You had Seth Rollins taking on Dean Ambrose, and it says Dean Ambrose was the winner.
He was the winner. He was the winner. He
was the winner.
Won. 1, 2, 3 after Dirty Deeds to Seth Rollins.
But the referee was pulled in the way by Seth Rollins. The referee got hit, so Seth Rollins lost the match by disqualification. So Seth Rollins is still a champion, but Dean Ambrose, of course, stole the belt.
And he still has the belt.
It's very interesting. Elimination Chamber for the vacant WWE Intercontinental title. King Barrett versus R-Truth versus Ryback versus Sheamus versus Rusev. Then became... I'm sorry, just the mention of his name.
I know, Mark Henry.
Oh, God.
That's one.
Versus
Dolph Ziggler.
Literally makes you yawn thinking about Mark Henry. Why not?
And the winner and new Intercontinental Champion is Ryback. Not Sheamus or King Barrett. It is Ryback.
I picked Dolph, and you picked Sheamus, and they surprised everybody with Ryback winning his first ever championship in the company. I thought he was going to be the next Hacksaw Jim Duggan and never win a belt.
Well, he made his only time winning a belt. So.
That's true. Elimination Chamber for the WWE Tag Team titles. You had New Day, the champions, taking on Los Matadores, the Primetime Players, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragon, and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Now, very interesting, no one was allowed to have people around ringside in any matches tonight, on that night, I mean. But Los Matadores had their little midget.
Yes.
The Bull got to go inside.
And the Authority allowed all 3 members
of the New Day
to be in the pod.
And that's because you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. They helped me on SmackDown. So the winners, and still the champions,
The New Day.
The New Day. Which you picked?
I picked the Primetime Players for the last 2 teams.
Yes, we will keep those comments to ourselves on that one. And then a triple threat match for the WWE Divas title, Paige versus Naomi versus Nikki Bella, and we both screwed the pooch on this one.
Yes. Are they waiting to SummerSlam to give Naomi the championship?
I guess. They really screwed us on this one. We thought we had it one way or the other.
Time, and
the
nothing.
new John Cena, Nikki Bella.
She is.
She retained her title because you picked Naomi and I picked Paige, right? I believe so.
No, we both picked the same one.
We both picked Naomi?
We both picked Naomi. I thought it was time for Naomi to win.
It should have been her. Either one of them could have been fine, but Nikki retained the title. It was kind of weird. And then, of course, like we said, Kevin Owens defeated John Cena cleanly.
Yes. Cleanly, folks.
Cleanly.
You're not clean out your ears.
Clean out.
Cleanly.
Cleanly.
Nobody come out there. Pop up. Powerbomb. 1, 2, 3.
On the elbow.
People were shocked, and so were we.
We were shocked. And then, of course, Bo Dallas. Because you got to believe.
Yeah, he ain't believing too
He
much.
ain't believing because they are using him as a jobber now.
Yes, the flavor of the month right now, Neville picked up the win.
The man that gravity forgot, the man that got Booker T in trouble, the man, what was the new sensation?
Yeah, the new sensation. Well, coming up next Sunday
Neville
is Money in the Bank.
Yes, very excited about that. So I guess
it is starting to rock pretty good.
I guess we need to put our predictions.
We can talk about it now. Yes, and we can talk about it next week too. We'll put them on.
Yeah, so that way nobody will say we came up with late.
But we got Seth Rollins trying to get win back his championship
Even
though
he has the belt.
Even though he is the champion.
Yes.
Dean's carrying the belt.
So it'll be a ladder match. So
In a
whoever
ladder
grabs the
match.
belt, whoever grabs the belt's the champion.
There's no ifs and there's no ref bumps. There's nothing like this to worry about. You climb the ladder, you grab that belt, you become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I say Seth Rollins.
I say Seth Rollins as well, because this time I jumped the gun on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will.
He's put his nose too much into business right now.
Roman Reigns will
Help Seth Rollins.
have Seth Rollins.
I could see him pull the belt down and just throw it to Seth. Done. And then we have Kevin Owens versus John Cena 2.0. And I'm just saying Kevin Owens needs the win.
Kevin Owens does need the win.
I'm going with Kevin Owens again because I'm sorry, it will not help anything if John Cena wins this match.
It doesn't. John Cena has got the stuff John Cena's got to do, and I'm going with Kevin Owens. Yes.
Hopefully, Hopefully, you going with Kevin Owens this time won't mess up.
Hopefully, yeah, that's true. Hopefully, I think they finally got in their brain. John doesn't need to have to win.
Then we have the Money in the Bank ladder match with Dolph versus Neville versus Randy Orton, Sheamus, Kofi, different, Reigns, Kane, and will there be another one?
But if you said Kane, so that was it, then there
That's the
won't
way
be.
they typed it up. I do.
We're going with just these 7, which is stupid.
It is stupid.
Equal number of people, for goodness sakes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match is
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
The flavor of the month. They love him. Vince loves the dude.
Because Kane doesn't need it. Sheamus is not to the point of getting it. Randy Orton is past all that. Neville's not to that point yet. And Dolph will never apparently win the big one.
Dolph will get a shot to grab it. Neville will get a shot to
they'll
grab
be
at
up
it.
there. They'll be up
Randy, Sheamus, even Kofi, and Kane. Everybody will get up the ladder once
Of course.
and touch the belt.
But Roman will knock them
Roman
all
Reigns will send Sheamus crashing down.
out. I guess since Kofi's in the ladder match, we're going to have a 2-on-2 for the WWE Tag Team titles. We're going to have the New Day, the champions, taking on the Prime Time Players. Do we see new champions?
Yes, we do, because it's millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Yes,
Exactly.
Primetime Players will capture the WWE Tag Team title.
I'm going with that because I'm hoping because I think they need to pull the trigger on them.
Because you're still in the same boat. I don't want to be crazy here or try to be over, what am I looking for here? But people complain about certain color of people not having championships in the WWE.
True.
That's what they go with. Oh, Vince is like black people. Vince is okay, so we can take the titles off New Day, put them on Primetime Players, and nothing changes.
That's true.
So.
And they could do the whole sexuality part of it too.
Oh, yes.
They could be like, hey, we have
That's
nothing
right.
against that.
I forgot Darren Young was gay.
We have
That
nothing
is
against
true.
that at all. So there you go. And then of course we have maybe matches.
I think they're going to be matches.
Ryback versus Big Show. I mean, why would they not be a match? I mean, they're building
That's
up
right.
like
They're
this.
building that. And That just makes. I hope it's not a long match, and just Ryback destroys Big Show and
Of
keeps
course,
it.
if he doesn't beat the Big Show, there's going to be something wrong. I mean, Big Show literally comes in for nothing nowadays. He's been gone. I didn't miss him when he was gone. Now that he's back.
Just like Mark Henry.
Exactly.
He's been gone for a while. Oh, okay. Now, if this is Nikki and Paige for the Divas title, which is also being talked about,
then Nikki needs to retain.
Since she got screwed over on Monday on Raw with Twin Magic, because Brie was under the ring, Nikki went under the ring, Brie came out, pinned Paige. Right. The only thing, and would help Money in the Bank, and it's been a long time since we've seen one, a steel cage match for the Divas title.
That would be cool.
It will be different. It keeps Brie out.
True.
And then you have a true winner, and Nikki can still win it. I think Nikki's going to keep it.
But Naomi does not need to be taken out of the picture, though.
No, she doesn't. And if Naomi is taking it, because Nikki, okay, she's good. Twin Magic is a bad guy tactic. So is she? Are they going back heels again?
I don't think Vince cares.
I know. Somebody needs to write for the Divas, for goodness sake.
So I guess Nikki is going for that one.
Yes. If it's just a singles, nothing. I mean, just a ring.
No big deal. Right.
Yeah. I think Nikki's retaining.
So Ring of Honor and Wrestlcade very quickly. Ring of Honor, the date June the 19th, 2015. Best in the world, live on pay-per-view /IPPV for the people on the internet. And I think this is going to be a very good show. I haven't seen a card for it yet. I'm going to be looking for that.
Oh yes.
So that way we can go over those matches. Hopefully they'll be up within the next few days. I would hope so. They didn't really talk about it on their show.
No.
The first week, which you would think, pay-per-view right around the corner, they would use their weekly shows to go over that, but I don't know. I mean, their product may be a little bit different.
They may be. They may not, yeah.
In Wrestlcade news, we have...
They may hint about it and say, go to our network. Go to our website to see it.
That's true. 5 new names for Wrestlcade.
5 new names. I think we're up to like 78 people by now.
Probably. I'll write them all down like in November.
Yes, and go over every
single one of them like we did last year. It took like 20 minutes, yes. We have Jessica Havoc, a.k.a. the girlfriend of Solomon Crow, a.k.a. apparently you're not supposed to put stupid stuff on Twitter, a.k.a.
She was young.
Apparently,
it was 2 or 3 years ago, so.
Wah, a.k.a. apparently no longer with TNA, even though she was just defending TNA with her paychecks. Kind of weird. Then we have...
Well, you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, just in case you have to go back to them.
Exactly. Then we have a former TNA women's wrestler that really did nothing. She was Brittany, and her name is Santana Garrett. She is the NWA Women's Champion. And then we have a legendary wrestler.
Legendary
wrestler. Ivan Koloff.
Oh, you're going to save the best for last, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, wow. The big tease, folks. Big tease. He's saving the best for last here.
Ivan Koloff
will be there. Let's give Ivan a good hand here.
Nikita Koloff will be preaching somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, next is the man. Not with the iron fist, but the man who fought the man with the iron fist.
The hands of stone. The man who fought the man.
What did I say? Iron fist?
Same thing. Hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin, his opponent. If you remember, he had the shin guard. Remember the shin guard? Okay, we got enough clues here.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
He dropped the hammer on you.
He would. Was that his move? That elbow drop, wasn't it? And then, of course, he was with old Rhythm and Blues.
Yes, and he also had a tag team partner, part of the Dream Team.
He was part of the Dream Team, and their manager was...
Luscious Johnny V.
Which is Johnny Valentine or Johnny Valiant?
Johnny Valentine.
See, Valentine would be kind of cool.
They're not brothers.
They're not brothers, though. Johnny Valiant is Boogie Woogies. Is that Boogie Woogies?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy and Johnny Valiant. There you go. Interesting.
But Greg Valentine's former tag team partner, they could hook up again at Wrestlecade.
They could hook up again.
His friend, the man that he loves to talk to, get pictures with,
Brother Brutus! Brutus the Barber Beefcake is returning once again for Wrestlecade. So, ladies and gentlemen,
bring your $10.
If you go up, take a picture with him with your own phone, be sure to have $10. And if you want a signed autographed picture, don't get the ones with Hulk Hogan's picture on it, because the one with Hulk Hogan on it,
they've probably been pulled.
You never know. He might be that desperate, ladies and gentlemen. If you see Brother Brutus at a table with Hulk Hogan merchandise, don't buy it. It's not authorized by Hulk Hogan. It's not his signature.
Oh,
Brother Brutai just knows how to sign the word Hulk Hogan. It's not that hard.
No.
I mean, if you look at some of his signatures, HH. I mean, how
It
hard
is,
is that?
I know.
So, that is my gripe. That is my big, like, little bitty tiny Carter's Corner.
Ah, yes, but
I haven't let it all out yet.
no, it's coming.
It's coming one day.
It's coming. But
I
that's
have
it.
to avoid Wrestlcade just so I don't go off on the man.
that is it for part 1, folks, of episode 61.
61, ladies and gentlemen.
61.
That's insanity.
And we'll be right back here at Top Rope Reality on the YouTube as we talk about SummerSlam 1994.
It's so hot. It's scary.
Yeah. Why is it so hot? Why is it so scary? It's because it's in summertime. I guess who the main event is. You click back to part 2 and you'll find out. Right here at Top Rope Reality. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Kai.
And we'll see you in a few clicks. A flu.
And a flu.
A flu
Are
click.
you sick?
I'm not sick. Are
A
you
flu.
sick?
I'm not sick
You're not
anymore.
sick. Are you anymore?
I was sick.
You've
I
been
was very
sick.
sick.
You're always sick. Trust me.
That's
The people out here know that you're sick.
They know.
They know.
But I was very sick.